Hi everyone. Today we're going to practice counting on. Counting on is a great strategy for speeding up your counting. Here's an example. I just rolled 2 dice. Well, I could count the dots on the dice in a very slow way like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is the right answer, but there's a faster way of knowing what this number is. You see, if you can train your brain to remember what the dots on a dice look like, then you'll be able to say the bigger number quickly and then keep counting. For example, I rolled these 2 dice and I know that this is the bigger number. I also know that that is a 6 because I've seen it often before. So if that dice has 6 dots, there's really no point in me counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I already knew there were 6. So when I see this dice with the larger number, I'll just say 6. No point in counting. And then I can keep counting on after that. I put the number 6 in my brain. I'm thinking about it. And now I'll keep counting. 7, 8, 9. There are 9 dots together. That was much faster than starting to count from 1. I've dropped my sock. Just a moment. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Remember, counting on is a really great strategy for speeding up your counting, so it doesn't take quite as long. I'll roll again. Can you point to the bigger number? Hopefully you don't have to count that. Hopefully your brain just knows that that is a 3. There's no point in saying 1, 2, 3 if you already know it. Well, if that's 3, let's keep counting. 3, 4. That means there are 4 dots altogether. Are you catching on? Here's another one. Can you please point to the bigger number? Yep, this one's bigger. Hopefully you know that this is 5. It's faster if you just know it's a 5 instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because then you can just say it, 5, and keep counting after that. 6, 7, 8. Altogether, I have 8 dots. It's faster if you say the 5 and then keep going. No point in counting it from 1. I'll roll this time. Let's see if you can count the dots quickly in the way I showed you. Start by saying the bigger number. Then keep counting. Let's see if you got it right. This is the bigger number. It's a 6. Hopefully you remembered. Now keep counting. We're at 6. What comes next? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 dots. Did you get that answer? You can count on using other tools, not just the dice. Let's try counting on using 10 frame cards. First, a little trick. If a 10 frame is completely filled in, it means 10. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. However, if you see a 10 frame card and it only has 1 line filled in, then instead of being 10, it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can use this knowledge to help you count on. I'll give you an example. Let's pretend you saw a card that looked like this one. If you know that one full line in a 10 frame is 5, there's really no point in counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You already know that that top line is 5. So all you really have to do is keep counting the extra boxes. Say 5, 6, 7. In total, there are 7 red boxes. Luckily, I didn't have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did it in a faster way, using counting on. I said the bigger number, 5, and then I kept counting. 6, 7. Let's see if we can try this with another 10 frame card. This one's almost completely filled in, and there's several ways you could count this, but for right now, we'll practice counting on. You can see that one complete line is filled in. There's really no point in counting these boxes. You should already know that this top line is 5. So now you can just keep counting. After 5 comes 6, then 7, then 8, then 9. That means we have 9 red boxes. Of course, if you counted down, you might have done something differently. Your brain might have used counting back. I'll show you what that looks like. Maybe in your head, you were imagining the completely full 10 frame with all 10 boxes filled in. And then when you saw this card, you realized, it used to be 10, but then 1 got taken away. So if I count backwards from 10, what would I say before 10? 9. That's another way of figuring out this card. So you can either count backwards or count forwards, depending on what you find easier. Let's try one more. How can you count this 10 frame card? Do you think it's best to count it from the beginning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or is there a faster way to count the red squares? Hopefully you recognized that there is one full line in this 10 frame that's been filled in, and that's the same as 5. So there's really no point in counting these boxes on top. Instead, what you should do is say 5. Now keep counting. 6. We have 6 red boxes. Counting on is great because you don't have to start from the number 1. You can say the bigger number that you know and then just keep counting from there. Let's try one more 10 frame card. How can you use counting on to help you figure out what this 10 frame card is showing? Hopefully you can start at the number 5. Say 5. Now keep counting. 6, 7, 8. There are 8 red boxes on this 10 frame card. Of course, you could use counting back, which is short for counting backwards. Let's pretend that these are filled in red. If they were, you would have 10 red squares if the entire 10 frame were full. But it's not full, is it? So instead what we'll do is count back from 10, just like a rocket ship taking off. 10, 9, 8. That's it, I got rid of those 2. That means there are 8 red boxes in this 10 frame card. As you can see, knowing what 5 and knowing what 10 look like on a 10 frame are very useful for counting quickly. And with practice, hopefully you will be able to recognize the numbers shown on the 10 frame card without counting at all. How quickly can you figure this one out? You may have noticed it before. That's right, this is a 6. Hopefully your brain said 5, 6. Try and practice your 10 frame cards so you can become quicker and quicker. See you next time.